Traders, how is it going? I've been getting a lot of DMs, messages, emails saying that the market is bearish and now they're only looking down from here. Now, in this video, what I'm going to explain to you is my current market analysis using the ICT strategy. And I will tell you exactly why I don't think the market is bearish as things stand right now. And I'll also explain to you what I would need to see for me to then change my bias into a bearish position. However, as things stand right now, nothing has changed for me. I am still very, very bullish. In fact, I've not been more bullish after we had this move to the downside. Now, just a bit of a recap. I've been expecting that move that we had to the downside for a long time, and we finally got that move, which created mass liquidations in the market. And that's exactly what I was expecting. Now, the fact that we've had this move, I'm now expecting price to move to the upside and we'll get our official alt season from here. Now, in terms of the market, this is the weekly time frame. And what we can see, so if we look at this range down here, we are still stuck within this range. Nothing has changed. Price tapped into it, came back up. Price tapped into it, came back up within this range down here. Now, this is giving me a sign that we may consolidate for a bit longer. Given that the fact we are at the bottom of this range, there's a possibility that we could finish this month coming back up into the mid of this range, if not to the high of this range. Because usually when you hit the bottom of the range, as we do down here and down here as well, we come up. And similarly, as we hit the top, we come back down. So if we're going to continue being range bound, that's what I'll expect. Now on the monthly time frame, very quickly to show you guys what that would look like is two things. Either this monthly candle down here will close as a doji as it started off, or we could potentially slightly move to the upside. Now, if we close as a doji, we've then had 1, 2, 3, 4, over 4 months of price trying to close above this level and failing to do so, which is not a bad sign. I think it's a good sign because it's basically telling us prices trying to push higher up, but we're failing to do so. Therefore, we know there's going to be liquidity above and also below. Now, coming back onto the weekly, what I'm expecting and what I'm looking at right now. So last week we had this weekly candle close. And if I just put in my key PD raise, we've got this fair value gap down here. We rejected and closed above, which is fantastic. We're back within this range. And then we also have these OTE levels that price tapped into 78.6, came up. Tapped into 61.8, came up. Now, of course, all I'm going to say right now is the two possibilities. The possibility number one, like I said to you, is price coming back up and taking out these all-time highs, or at least coming within the top end of this range. Now, the second thing is, and we can't rule this out because there is always a possibility of this, and I mentioned this in my previous videos when I was looking bearish. There is always a possibility that price can come deeper within this dealing range down here. So if I just mark on this dealing range from this low to this high, here is the 50% level. Yes, we tapped into it when we had that major liquidation and we've come straight back up. However, there is a possibility that we can come much deeper into this dealing range and possibly tap into these order blocks here and this fair value gap. We also have from this swing low to this swing high an OTE level between 3 trillion to 2.73 trillion. So like I say, there's always a possibility that this can happen. However, I can't see that happening. I cannot see that happening. If that happens, I'll keep you guys updated on my next move, but I just cannot see that happening right now. We've done what we needed to do for this to then trigger alt season, and that's what I've been expecting, and that's what we've seen historically as well. Right, so on the daily time frame, not much else to show except one thing. So if we put on a fib from this wick to the highs down here, we have tapped into the 61.8. However, I like to see usually the 78.6 get tapped into. So we may get a move to the downside. Now this depends, because I feel like we will close as a doji on the monthly time frame. Therefore, starting off in November, we may come back down and come into the 78.6. Or if that doesn't happen, we can then move this fib slightly higher up, because we may get a move to the upside first, and now fib would now be down here, and it may come a bit closer. So if I just move this just a bit more, if we think about this swing low down here, a possibility of price moving up from around here, technically, yes, we have tapped into the 78.6 then. Ideally, I do want to see a bit more progression first. It's very hard for me to gauge where price is going to go. I'm just showing you exactly what I can see based on what the market is giving me right now. So again, there is a possibility that we can come back down one more time, take out these lows, and then come back up. I wasn't expecting, and I'm still not really expecting, for this huge wick to get filled in. And if you want to understand why, go and check out my previous videos. I explain that in a lot of detail. Now, I'm going to go over Bitcoin next, and then I'll go over my Ethereum position and the analysis that I have on Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin's looking great. There is a possibility. So if we just look right now, what I'm looking at, I've always said to you guys, I want to see at least 100K met. Now, people are saying we're in the bearish trend. I disagree. Let's go on the monthly first. Why does this look bearish to you? It does not look bearish to me at all. Yes, we've been ranging within this range for a very long time. However, nothing has changed for me. We've taken out these highs, which is a good sign. We've taken out all of these liquidity areas down here, which is also a good sign. Again, possibility that we can continue ranging from here, then move to the upside, or price can come into the level that I mentioned previously at around 100K first. Now, there's two possibilities, because we may get weakness on BTC. Therefore, people will rotate their money from BTC into the altcoins, or we may get weakness on BTC, which would then further drop our altcoins aggressively to the downside if 100K is met. And that could look pretty bad, because we are almost at all-time lows on quite a lot of the altcoins already. This is why positioning and timing the market is the most important thing. And I always talk about this in my channel. Now, from this swing low to this swing high, we've got the OTE level. We've tapped into it. We've closed above the 61.8 twice. So we're currently running above this level, which is a good sign, which makes me believe that price can come back up. Now, to the downside, if we do move to the downside, what's going to invalidate all of my analysis, and what's going to actually make me believe that we're then moved to our bearish bias? The fact is, I want to see how we react off these levels. And if we close below these levels on a monthly time frame, below these levels, that could be a sign that we're moving bearish on BTC. And let's see the same thing on total. Again, what I want to see on total is a monthly close below this level, this swing area here. So we have a swing low, we have a swing high, we have a swing low, we have a swing high. So if we create a break of market structure on the monthly time frame down here, close below it, this is our sign that we're moving bearish. We've still got a long way for that yet. Coming back onto BTC, so what I can see on BTC right now is still very bullish, and I'm still looking bullish. Tapped into these OTE levels, I'm looking to the upside. That's why I've taken my position on Ethereum. Now, the downside risk we have, like I said to you, is 100K. And if we go deeper than 100K, then I'll look around the regions of number 198K, these lows down here, right? Come into these areas down here. And if price does come a bit lower, I'm looking at this fair value gap down here. And that will be deep within our discount zone, and nothing will change for me again. This will probably give us better positions to buy our alts and also leverage trade. Now, finally on Ethereum. So my position on Ethereum, which I'll show you in a second. Ethereum is actually looking great. So if I just give you the details of my analysis first, we've got the swing low, the swing high. We're within this range. We have been within this range for a very long time. Now, Price has tapped into some key areas. So we've got the order block down here. We've got this fair value gap down here. Both levels have been met, 61 and 78.6. We've closed above the levels, which is great. We're at the bottom of the range, and we may see a move to the upside. Now, just showing you the position that I told you guys that I'll be taking in my previous video. So I'm currently in this position right now. I'm very tempted to move price to break even because I took another position and I was running in a good amount of profit. Didn't move my stop to break even because I did think we may get a move to the downside, but not take me out, but we did. So this second position, I will see if I'm going to move my stops to break even. Normally I don't at this point. I'm currently running about 60, maybe 70% on a leverage trade. Now, in terms of the position itself, check out the previous video in terms of what I was looking at for an entry. Now, the only thing I can think about where we may get a move coming back to the downside, maybe stopping me out or coming just a bit deeper into my stop level, is two key things. Number one, if we put a fib from this manipulation wick to the highs down here, let's have a look. Actually, in fact, we have tapped into it. And that was one of the things that was kind of putting me off. But we have tapped into this 78.6. So this is a good sign. This is a good sign. The fact that we've tapped in 61.8 and 78.6 and moved to the upside is a good sign. If we didn't tap into the 78.6, I would have been convinced that price would have come back down to tap into that. Now, let's see on the 4 hour what we can see. So we had a break of market structure, price moved to the upside. We do have liquidity building up around this level down here. But could this buying pressure be enough for price to move to the upside? I can also see these areas here. So if we just visualize a market maker buy model right now, there's a possibility at least price coming to around 4.2K, 4.3K. So there is a possibility of that as well. Again, I'm still in this position. I'm going to leave my stop open for a little while longer because the targets I have on this is at least to around 6K, if not more. I may consider this as a swing trade. Let me know if you guys entered the same position when I mentioned it to you guys. I know a couple of you DM'd me telling me that you entered these positions as well. So let me know if you've entered this and how it's going for you. I would keep you updated on this position. If there's anything specific you guys want me to analyze on the trade that I'm in right now, please let me know. And like always, turn on your notification bell because I trade live with you guys and I'll update you guys as soon as possible if anything changes. And hit that subscribe button, share, and I'll see you in the next video.